I don't think I'm quite as gay as Vincent.
Okay, fair enough.
he's not. He's not a serious gay. He's a silly gay. He's a silly Billy gay man.
Vincent
He's not
would
like
you to be more gays. That's what's all that's happening. But anyway, so I'm an Ahmadi Muslim, and Vincent will say we're not proper Muslims or something like that, right? But the Quran talks about being kind, gentle, understanding all this kind of stuff, and no
I like
compulsion in religion. These are all teachings of Islam. So while I don't believe being gay is healthy for you, I don't hate gay people. I love all people, including gay people. The motto for our particular, which is true Islam really, just to simplify things for all people, is love for all, hatred for none. So
you can't really argue with that.
That's right. And every teaching in Islam, the Quran says, we make a thing sinful just because it's bad for you. That's all. So like you can, but nobody can compel you in any. Another verse says you can't be compelled in any matters of faith. So it's like God just like cares about you and says like this is good for you. And this is not like just a religious idea that being homosexual is bad for you. It's kind of like in the 1980s we had the shock of the AIDS epidemic, and then people used were more.
It's
careful.
very expensive to the taxpayer, yeah. And there's a whole bunch of kids taking PrEP and just costing money. Honestly, I know.
AIDS?
By not getting AIDS, they're costing money. Which I
don't understand that argument. I don't understand that. I thought AIDS medicine is very expensive, I guess. But
no, he said the preparatory. Most gay men don't know what PrEP is. No, most straight people don't know what PrEP is. PrEP is a drug that gay men take in order to not get AIDS. I don't know why straight people don't know about it.
Yeah, so I thought I might quickly comment on the actual topic because I forgot the topic was who's to blame, immigrants or the government? Who's to blame for what? The decline of the country?
Yeah, the government or the immigrants. So what's going on in Britain? Who's to blame? Is it the government or immigrants?
Right. So most of our lives, we're kind of independent of the government. When you go shopping, when we're rude to people, we're good husbands, bad husbands, whatever, all this kind of stuff. So I think to say it's either the government or immigrants, poor immigrants, right, to blame for all the problems a bit not realistic. There might be partly the problem, but I would say the best way to go about any situation is to blame yourself. So what can you do better in your life? People who don't take responsibility don't do very well. I mean, I'm just talking about people I love, right? They don't realize that they need to fix problems in their lives. So I think the first port of call is always, what can we do to improve ourselves? I think that would be my answer generally.
Okay. Anyone else? Do they have any different answers, or they agree? Vincent, do you have?
Well, not everything is like, I don't like platitudes like that, or these kind of like cliches of like everything. You can't boil everything down to it's all about you. No, it is about you. Of course, it is about you and what you're doing, but it's not. These things like these oversimplifications of what needs to be done or who's to blame. They don't work, and they just hurt people, because then you tell a person that basically like, well, what did you do wrong to get in this situation? Like maybe they did nothing wrong. Maybe they did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like you could be in a situation. And
let's think about a specific issue like knife crime in London, right? So it's rising all the time.
Okay, but it's not the knife crime person's fault.
Okay, so you have to kind of get down to like individual level. Like, okay, there's a person who stabs person, right? I've never gone around stabbing people, right? But there are people who are more likely to stab people. For example, statistically, if you don't have a dad at home, right? So how do we kind of fix those kind of root problems? Yeah. What do you think? I mean,
okay, what does that have to do with blaming yourself or asking yourself what you could have done. Like if I was a victim of a knife crime, asking me like what I could have done to prevent this, that's a little bit too much on like, no, it's, you know, I couldn't have done anything.
You go out at the wrong place at the wrong time. You
no, oh God, you know, yeah, Colin, everyone who gets stabbed is in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's their fault. They went to the wrong place. You're such a Muslim. They went to the wrong place. That's why they got stabbed. That's why they got stabbed, because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Blame yourself.
Blame yourself, and also try to be part of the solution. Try to take more responsibility. You know,
for being stabbed. For being stabbed.
Well, do you know
not
what?
just that, for making society better. What are you doing to make society better step by step?
Okay, you could do that too, but I'm not going to ask. If someone got stabbed, I'm not going to go to them and what did you do to make this happen?
Well, did you walk out of a gay club in South London wearing silver hot pants, flagging down a taxi, leaving your handbag on the floor? Did someone mug you, or was it like shelling peas?
Wait, are you saying that a gay man wearing flamboyant clothes deserves to be stabbed?
No, but I'm saying he's just painted a target on his back.
You know what? If you're just gonna fine, then blame every woman who gets raped, blame every stab victim, blame victims of crime.
Easy, Tiger. We're extrapolating. That's not what I said.
Okay, you're blaming him. You're telling him that he caused his own problems because of the way he was dressed.
I'm saying he probably had some degree of responsibility in it.
No, you know what, you are going to love Islam
because of the way he was dressed.
You're going to love Islam.
He's going to become a Muslim. That's a good prediction, right?
No, he's going to become Muslim. He's going to
submit. You're too reasonable, Simon. That's what happens. You become Muslim.
Well,
it's possible. You can be gay and Muslim.
I like Rumi. I like the poetry of Rumi.
Yeah, that's not real Islam. All this fake Sufism. Sufism isn't Islam.
Well, maybe that's why I like them.
Sufism is not Islam.
Okay, then why? Element of
why are they not allowed in Mecca? Many of them. Why do many people not allow them in Mecca?
Females,
because there's bad people who do bad things.
Okay, well, but if who officially,
even Christians and Jews are supposed to be allowed in Mecca, but they're not allowed for some reason, right?
Is that true? Christians and Jews are allowed in Mecca?
Yes, only idolaters are not allowed.
Well, Sufis are still okay. No other Muslims except for Sufis are kept out. So there's something different about them that they're not.
Ahmadis are kept out as well.
Well, yeah, because you're not real Muslims, because you don't fucking follow Islam, and you add prophets.
You're sounding a bit angry. You're sounding a little bit angry.
You add prophets. Yeah, well, yeah.
Calm down, princess.
Yeah, as like a weak, limp gay man, you wouldn't know what it is to be angry. Yeah. You wouldn't know what it is to have an elevated.
Right.
You're just like this like insipid, lukewarm.
Now, what happened in the past with Vincent? He tried to be polite and to lose the argument, so he thought he'd just be extreme. So
no, he's just not. No, he's a lukewarm homosexual who will always be a slave.
I'm not being anti-Muslim enough. I think
you're a lukewarm. He's a lukewarm homosexual who will always be a slave forever, his whole life. He will never have power. He will never give power to other gay people. He will never do anything decisive or have any direct action in the greatness of the homosexual. He will offer nothing in greatness to the homosexual community.
And you sound like a massive top.
It's just a total waste.
I consider myself more powerful because I offer more and I give more. Do you know what I mean? Like being more generous, you become a stronger personality. Yeah. So there's nothing being generous and kind like Simon is, or being reasonable. It doesn't make you weak at all. Actually, makes you.
He's not a militant homosexual. He's a weak homosexual.
Do you know what? I can be absolutely vile, but
I didn't say vile. I said militant.
I have to try not to.
Militant. No, I don't think you could accomplish anything for the gay community if you wanted to. You don't want to. You don't want to.
They don't need to. They can accomplish it for themselves.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to. You don't even have any affiliation with them. You're a hater.
Advocating. I'm not here as an advocate for the fucking gay community. Look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just because he's gay. Why did this be an advocate?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You're a slave, and you will be a slave forever.
Oh dear.
You're slavish.
My mind does not work like that. Sorry.
You're slavish.
Simon said he's also a nationalist, or did I? misunderstand.
No, you didn't, Claire.
He's slavish. He's a pathetic gay man. He just gave in. He gave in, and he's just like
to Islam. I mean,
well, to anything, to just mediocrity.
Do we move on to nationalism then? Because that could be a solution to Britain's problems. We don't seem to have any. Like, if you say what are British values, I don't think we have any more. We used to have, I think, more values when we were more
Family.
I think you've got a better British accent than me.
Sorry,
haven't you?
I mean, I'm a Londoner, but I live in the Middle East now. Right now I'm in London, but I'm going back in a week. Yeah.
Sorry, Simon. Are you a nationalist? Did you just say you're a nationalist?
Who, me?
No, Simon.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe in where I live.
Oh, okay.
I'm a nationalist. So as part of being an Ahmadi Muslim, we have to do a pledge to the country to support whatever we can do for the country. That doesn't mean you have to be horrible to other people. It just means you do the best for your country, support your country as best as you can.
Yeah.
And I do think also part of, a country is like a home. You allow who you want into the country. It's up to you for whatever's the best for the country. I mean, it's good to be part of that international community and take on people who, seeking asylum.
They genuinely are.
If you're kind to other people, they'll be kind to you when you need it and things like that.
Only if they genuinely are.
That's right.
I support asylum in its truest sense of the word.
Yeah. And if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. Like, imagine there's a poor person outside your house. You'd like to help them, but you can't always take them in. That's okay. You try your best. You try your best. But yeah. So I live in spend my time mostly in Jordan now, and they're very nationalistic, and it's not anti other people's country. Most of Jordan is.
You're allowed to be in most other countries. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of Jordan is filled with people from other countries, especially Palestine, because they've been thrown out of Israel, because we're right next to Israel. And everybody knows like all these songs that everybody can recite, and they sing for hours and hours in the streets and things that really proudly. So it's nice to have something that binds people. But the thing that really binds people in the country is a sense of God. Like, there's lots of Christians there. I'd say about 10%. And so you can't really tell the difference between the Christians and Muslims because they've got similar names and things like that. Because Christianity came from the Middle East, so it's not surprising. I would say if you don't have a belief in God, then the principles disappear really quickly because you don't feel you have to stand by them, or they're man-made laws, and you go, who cares about those laws? Yeah. But in the old days, when people were more Christian in England, people were like, you've got to tell the truth. It's the really important thing, even though you might say it's obvious to tell the truth. But like, love your neighbor. Who cares about your neighbor nowadays? People are like, the biggest killer in London is loneliness, right? You wouldn't have loneliness if people felt
I
responsible.
agree. Loneliness is the biggest problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's 8 million people now in London or something. How are people lonely? It's crazy because people are too selfish. So we need to be caring about other people. One thing I find people really bad at is listening to other people. They're just ready to fight the other person as soon as they talk. So those are my feelings or my thoughts. About
Sorry, Simon, what did you just say?
Nationalism, to have values.
Simon, do you want to add? Did you say something? Simon?
No, I was actually just listening to him as opposed to waiting for him to shut up so I could speak.
Yeah, beautiful. That's a really nice thing. I appreciate that. Like, just listening, don't have to argue, and we could agree on things. It's a good way forward. So I would say, would it be not okay? Let me ask you something. What is a British value? I think there are some, but like really small ones, like standing in line in queues.
A nice cup of tea. Sorry.
Are you sure coffee hasn't taken over from tea?
No.
British
That was a very
Fish and
shallow
chips.
answer, as usual.
Fish and chips? Maybe. It's not a value, though. Fish and
No,
chips
it's
are not a value.
He has no value. He can't think of a value. He has no value. That was the greatest thing he could think of.
Simon, do you have any principles?
No.
Do as you would be done by, I think, is my survival fight
That
or
would be
flight.
really good. Imagine if everybody lived by that. That would be really good.
Yeah.
If that was a British value, oh my God, that would be one of the best countries to live in. If people really stood by that, I trust you. Honestly, I think that would be an amazing country.
I'm not really prepared to fall out with anyone over politics, religion. I don't care if you're in the BNP. I don't care if you're a Muslim.
Because you have no principles. You have no principles.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got really high principles, actually.
No, you actually don't care what people do because you don't have deep-seated, strong principles and say, no, that's right, this is wrong.
I know exactly what's right and what's wrong. But
okay, but then you're friends with everybody.
I'm not going to just have casual arguments with idiots that I don't know for no apparent reason.
Oh, so now, they're idiots. So now they're idiots, though. So you're admitting that BNP and Muslims are idiots. It's just that you don't fight with them about it.
Whoa.
Who are these idiots? You said BNP.
Whoa there, sweet child of mine.
Who's idiots?
That was a good one. Yeah.
Who are the idiots? Who are these idiots? You said BNP. Are BNP idiots?
I said what? Who are you? What's your name? Kathy? You're not interviewing Jordan Peterson. Look, I didn't say anything.
No,
Simon, I'm
Yes,
going to
mate.
leave now, but do check out my channel. I'd love to have you on a stream, or ask Claire maybe. We do lots of streams together.
Okay.
So my name's Khalid Safirs. That's the name of my channel. If you search it up, I'll come up. And
you've done a better job than Vincent.
Yeah, you can be a guest on this
joins
channel.
in sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Alone.
Nice to meet you.
Whatever your name is, I forgot now. Rashida? I can't remember now.
Rashma,
yeah. So yeah, maybe we'd love to have you on our stream. But Claire, could you're much better at networking than I am, so be good.
Okay, I'll send them your way.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Take care. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
You sounded like the mafia then, Claire.
Whose stream is this?
Rashma's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't know it was Rashma's stream. I don't know. I mean, I don't usually. Rashma, are you Muslim?
Yes.
Yeah, you said this before, yeah.
Well, I wasn't here before, okay? Because usually
Okay.
there's not a lot of. Usually, I get censored on Muslim streams. They're very I don't know. I get lots of censorship, and I'm just told that I can't.
I don't even know what day it is, girl. Where am I?
Was it Simon? Did you? Today's the voting day. Did you vote?
Who for? It's American voting day.
Oh.
Only Vincent is American here.
Yes, I did. I've just voted for Kamala.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny. But yeah. So Vincent, who did you vote for?
I voted for Trump.
Oh, Trump.
Would you have voted for Trump if you were American?
Don't who?
Rashma?
I don't really watch Trump or these Harris, or, these speakers. I think all of them are the same, to be honest.
Okay.
So I don't really vote for them, for anyone, to be honest. I think voting for people, if you vote, I think you're just giving them too much power.
Do
you vote for
them? I didn't vote in it. I haven't voted in the UK elections, but I have been telling Americans to vote Trump.
Yes, Simon, what did you say?
You should vote.
Only if there's an outstanding candidate, and I guess a lot of people think Trump is an outstanding candidate.
Outstanding? No, he's He is the best of the worst. Nobody thinks he's outstanding.
Well, I mean, they call him names like God Emperor and
not anymore. That was please, that was 2016. Don't even try to say nobody calls him God Emperor anymore. He's not an outstanding candidate. He's a piece of shit, and he's just the best that you can get. But he's not an outstanding candidate. Don't call him that.
Well, compared to Kamala, anyone would be outstanding.
No, outstanding is no. You can have two pieces of shit, but just one is bigger than the other.
You can roll one in glitter.
Kind of, he's got a lot of loyalty from people who obviously believe in him. I mean, he has kind of got the support of the American proletariat.
Okay, so why is this even a close race? Why is this even a close race then? Why is it, if he's so outstanding and Kamala's so horrible, why do we have like 0.01 margins in between them?
Because the last election was stolen.
Yeah, and then you have to rely on stolen election conspiracy theories, and Trump lost that election.
How can you be convincing about that?
What evidence did they ever have that there was any voter tampering? Nobody provided tens and thousands of false votes anywhere. There was never any forensic.
Calm down.
There was never any forensic evidence. There was never any forensic evidence to show that the votes were misleading. There was never any forensic evidence.
Well, it was never properly heard. I mean, there were all these, lawsuits and, applications for judicial, all kinds of things.
There was no evidence. Okay, if I went and I said there was voter fraud, and then it was investigated, and I couldn't find a shred, I couldn't find any votes that were falsely casted, then where's the lawsuit? What lawsuit?
Well, they're saying that the courts incorrectly refused to hear his case.
So you're saying that Donald Trump in his hand has the solid proof evidence that the votes were falsely casted, and the court is just saying we don't want to look at it. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. Well, that's what I believe.
Okay, well, Trump didn't even say that he had the hard forensic evidence to prove that.
Well, he had lawyers working on it.
Okay, so why didn't they publish this? Why didn't they publish this for all of America to see?
I think they did, or it wasn't done in one place or something, and then
they didn't. Claire, you're making things up. There was no forensic evidence of mass voter fraud. Trump does not have a dossier of forensic evidence of voter fraud. No, he does not.
Then why was YouTube and other social media platforms told to strike anyone who said that there was voters fraud?
Well, maybe because I don't believe in doing that, but from their logic, maybe because there really actually wasn't any voter fraud, and so they didn't want people lying. I mean, they're private networks; they're allowed to do whatever they want. But I'm not defending their decision to do that. But they did it because there was no voter fraud, and they just didn't believe in allowing their platform to be used to spread paranoia about the election.
Voter fraud happens, but I don't think Trump's intelligent enough to understand it. But it's probably a different subject. I don't know.
Yeah, irrelevance. Everything about you is irrelevant.
Okay, go.
Oh my God, I'm just disgusted by this person. But anyway, well, I don't know how free I can be on here because this is Rashma's stream, and I think I got thrown off her stream before for yelling at somebody once.
Okay, well, you sort of know, but you have a slight memory of the boundaries. But so you don't like Simon because he's floppy about everything.
Yeah, he's floppy, he's sloppy, he's gray, no black, no white. He's not hot, he's not cold. He's friends with everybody.
The middle way.
Yeah, the middle.
Or being convictionless.
Yeah, he doesn't have very strong passions, convictions. You can tell just by his voice. You can tell just by the way he just like mumbles out this. It's like this slow dripping water coming out of his mouth when he speaks. You can insipidness. You can feel the passionlessness in his being. And then he wants me to calm down. He can't stand the passion. Anyone who's passionate, he's calm down.
The passion, girl. I mean, you sound like a really camp faggot to me. And
so
your voice just annoys me. It's like,
okay, well, now it comes
out. Hey girl. You're the epitome of everything that I find revolting about gay men.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well now we know where you stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. And an insipid, passionless homosexual man would be like that. Yeah. Would be like, oh, I hate gay men who have feminine voices because that means something. Because what does that say about them? Does that mean something? What does that even mean?
It's a learned personality.
No, it's not a learned personality.
It is.
It's not learned.
Girl,
no,
it's
not learned.
You learned that and you picked it up because you were weak.
No, I didn't.
And you needed to tell people you were a gay before you had to tell them. It's a learned personality.
You're an idiot. Wow, you really need to be.
Really, I could psychodynamically just.
No, you really couldn't. You're not intelligent enough to. You're too stupid.
Dissect you like a frog on a little plate.
No, I really don't think so. So where did I pick up? What gay man did I pick this voice up from when I didn't? Who did I pick it up from? Who did I? Yeah, calm down, Mr. No Passion wants me to calm down. Who did I pick it up from? Who did I pick it up from?
I don't know. Your uncle?
Yes, I know. I didn't have any uncle that spoke like that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then everyone has to slow down for the insipid, passionless people. Just slow down. So now you're just going to make fun of my voice. Is that your response? This is your strong response.
This point, yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best you have. That's the best you have to come with me. A gay man making fun of another gay man for his voice. Do you realize? Do you realize you get fucked in your ass? Do you realize you get fucked up your ass? Do you realize that people know you get fucked in your ass, and you're going around? And you are judging men with effeminate voices. Do you really think you're above us? Do you really think that a Muslim person is going to look at you and say, at least he doesn't have an effeminate voice? Is that what they're going to say? You get fucked in your ass. You get fucked up your ass, so don't go around judging people. Well,
then calm down, because I can't hear anything.
Keep up.
No.
Keep up. You're stupid. I'm able to talk to
ear.
other people on this level, and they don't tell me to calm down, because they actually have some passion in them and can fight back. You have no fight back in you. All you want to do is make fun of my voice. That's the best that you have. No, I know you don't. I know you don't.
I can barely push back.
You're useless.
You're
just absolutely useless. Yeah, well, I know you would get prolapsed and then go make fun of someone's voice. A gay man with a prolapse is going to make fun of another gay man's voice. How many times have you been fucked in the ass? Can I ask? How many times? 100, 500, 1,000? Do you really think that you're like so high in the socioeconomic level that you can look down on me?
Are you going to body count shame me? What?
No,
why have you reduced this to sexuality again?
I'm wondering. You reduced me down to the way that I speak.
Well, I mean, it's very domineering and noisy.
What's domineering?
You do.
My voice is not. An effeminate voice is not domineering. An effeminate voice doesn't mean domineering.
What? You misogynist.
I said an effeminate voice does not mean domineering. Now you're being dumb. Now you're not even.
No, the best domineering voices are female, not effeminate, but female. But anyway,
that's an opinion.
You're feminist.
That's an opinion.
Have you got it out of your system? Is that okay now?
Well,
are you
Claire, done? I mean, well, this is not Claire's stream.
No.
I don't know how rude I can be to you or go on. I'm not going to go on.
You can be as rude to me as you want.
No, you're pointless. I'm not going to take up any more time because it's a pointless conversation because you're dumb and useless. You're not even entertaining. You're not even entertaining to fight with.
I know.
You're just annoying to fight with.
I know.
I mean, at least some people have something to offer in a fight. It's entertaining, it's witty, it's this, it's that. But with you, it's just no. I mean, it's just. So I'm going to just shut up.
Views,
no, so I'm just going to shut up. Mm-mm.
Well, I think a lot of people are like that, and I think women as a whole find a lot of men like that.
And not all gay men agree.
I think it's sort of, disorientating when you talk to somebody and then you realize they have no principles. They literally don't care about anything. It's, every time you ask a question, it's whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's because they've lived in comfort for too long. People who don't live in comfort care about things.
Where do you live?
I live in America. People who care about people who have had too much comfort or haven't had enough stress in their life or haven't been beaten down in some kind of way become very apathetic.
So, Simon, have you had a comfortable life?
Comparatively.
Yeah, it shows.
Are you stoned, Simon?
Not enough.
So you can tell, with somebody's voice that they are a bit stoned. They don't really want to argue.
I'm being reasonable. I can be really extreme, Claire.
No, by what? Making fun of
Simon
people's voices?
is just an honest person, to be honest. I think he's just he talks to people, but if you push him, then he'll even push even more harder, to be honest.
What, make fun of your physical characteristics? That's his pushback?
You've got a good measure there, Rashma. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm supposed to. So his big comeback is to make fun of my voice. That's the big win here. That's like his big W.
I mean, you can say anything to Simon. I think he's gonna take it personal, to be honest. I know it's my stream. I know it's my stream, but you can say anything to him if you want. You can shout or
yeah.
What.
No, well, you said that if he's going to push back if you give it to him. The only thing he can push back with.
Well, I mean, what else would you do? I mean, really.
Yeah, but your big pushback is to make fun of my voice. Like, that's like cheap.
Because, I mean,
it's cheap. It's cheap.
You're talking like a girl.
This is how I talk. This is how I talk.
Well, why?
Because this is my natural cadence in my voice.
Are you sure?
Yes, it is my natural. Do you think that I purposely 24 hours a day put on an accent that I never accidentally forget or
No, I think it was something that was instigated from you from deep within childhood.
Okay, I don't choose to talk like this. Even if you're right that it was some environmental factor, I still don't choose to talk like that. This is how I talk.
In real life, his voice is like Darth Vader.
So's mine.
Oh, Vincent.
I mean, that's the best you have.
Noahide laws.
He's too dumb to talk about the Noahide laws.
Somebody calls Scotland's Nest Ratfest says.
Let Esau on when he changes his profile from my mum.
Says what? Wait, what did they say about the Noahide laws?
Who?
But
educate me.
Bird Nest Ratfest wants to talk about the Noahide laws.
With me?
Yes.
I would much rather be the most stupid person in the room.
Okay, well then let them on and we can discuss it.
That's what?
Let them on and we can...
his other name is Esau, and he was kicked off because he was using the picture of Simon's mother as his profile pic. And I think
on some levels, I'm very personal and very petty and very emotional. On some levels, I've got no emotion whatsoever, fucking ever. So, excuse my split personality.
Anyway, if anyone, go ahead.
I was saying I only called Vincent here because Simon actually said he was interested in discussing religion and stories.
And Joseph Campbell, that's right.
Have you
Sorry,
heard of Joseph
Issa,
Campbell,
if you want to
Vincent?
come on, you'll need to change the picture. Then I would let you on. Just change the picture because that's Simon's mom. So can you just change it?
So Simon, what's your interest in religion?
Comparative. Well, mostly.
He likes to make excuses for homophobia and religious texts.
No, not really.
Yeah, I think you do.
Really?
I think you like to whitewash it and make it seem like not that big of a deal and everyone's just being uppity.
But then someone killed 6 homosexuals in Iran on my birthday about 14 years ago now. I lose track of dates, dear. But, do you think I'm not aware of what happens?
Aware and do nothing and just, but Muslims are nice people.
Well, some don't actually kill them. I don't know.
Okay, it's the ideology. I mean, not all Nazis. My grandmother killed no one. She was still a Nazi. It's the ideology. It's not, my grandmother put no one in a concentration
My
camp.
grandmother was a house servant to Jews.
Okay, what does that have to do?
Who were the best bosses of her life? So
what does that have to do? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with my grandmother being a nice Nazi? What does that have to do with that?
I don't know. My grandmother.
Okay, well, my grandmother was a nice Nazi, so does that mean Nazism is not that bad? So we just let Nazis in because my grandmother was a nice Nazi?
So my grandmother was a Jew slave and yours was a Nazi. Okay. That's nice.
Okay, you're really, this is not a deep conversation.
No, it's not.
No, and you don't want it to be. You're not a deep person.
I'm not really taking you seriously. Sorry.
No, you don't take anything seriously. You don't take anything seriously, like you've already said. You don't care about anything. Everything is fine.
Are you dead? No, everything's fine.
Yeah, as long as you're dead. It doesn't matter what kind of life
you
have,
dead.
as long as you're alive. It doesn't matter. No quality. Don't worry about quality of life. It's just you're alive. You could be starving with flies all over you and be full of diseases, but at least you're alive. Get some like, what's the word? Standards. Get some standards. Not all life. Yeah, get some standards.
Okay.
Yeah, well, all you could do is make fun of my voice. It's the best you have. That's the height of your intellectual integrity.
It's too easy. Sorry.
Yeah, you like to do what's easy because you're cheap and you're weak.
Yeah, I'm known for that.
You're cheap and you're weak, and you think that you're going to raise your status by talking down to people who have effeminate voices. Meanwhile, all these people know you get fucked in your ass, and they're going to look down on you.
Well, I mean, no.
And you're going after other homosexuals. It's like in America. In America, we had something called the hierarchy of color, where all the black people the lighter skinned black people would look down on the darker skinned black people. And that's like.
If I'm going to get fucked in the arse, I'm going to turn a camera on.
Okay, the point is that you're doing this hierarchy of color. It's the hierarchy of color. I'm a more masculine.
Just talk slower.
Because other people can understand. Other people don't tell me to talk slow. You're dumb and slow and can't understand what I'm saying.
No, I can.
I talk fast because you're dumb and because you're fucking dumb.
Do you know?
Because you're fucking dumb.
I can talk quite fast.
No, well, you can't talk. No,
quite loud.
Not in your insipid,
I can talk
passionless
over
voice.
you.
No, you
in a very
can't. You're an
counterproductive
unpassionate
rhythm,
person.
in a way that will just
You're doing
completely
hierarchy
overtalk
of
you. Because
masculinity.
believe me, I'm
You're
known
doing-
for overtalking
You're doing
people.
hierarchy of
I'm very
masculinity.
well known
That's
for
what you're doing.
overtalking people.
And now
I can
you're just like, oh, I can
honestly
overtalk you.
just
I can overtalk
honestly,
you.
it's what
You're
I'm known
useless.
for. I
I'm
can
not
just
even talking
completely
anymore.
ignore what the fuck you're saying and talk over you, but I don't.
You're doing hierarchy of masculinity. You really think that that's going to work in your favor? That's like, it is like the light-skinned black people thinking that they were going to get away with.
No, it's
yes,
not.
It is. It's hierarchy of masculinity. It's
I
hierarchy of masculinity.
love effeminate gay men. If some effeminate queen swishes into a room, I will hold a chair away from a table for them, like a lady, if they act like one.
No, you know.
I know. Honestly, I will.
You think you're above
you
me
just
because
call
you
me a
have a mask
homophobe.
voice. You think you're above me because you have a masculine voice.
You just call me a
above
homophobe.
me. You are a homophobe.
Oh my God, I'm so offended. Sorry.
Okay, do you know that a lot of racist people are actually nice to black people when they talk to them to their face? Did you know that? Do you know my father is racist? My father doesn't go out, hey, you dumb black bitch. No, if a black woman enters, hi, how are you? Oh, let me move this chair for you. Let me do this for you. Do you want some food? Like, you know what I mean? Of course, but are they racist? Yes. So you're saying that you're a homophobe and yeah, you're a hypocrite. So when an effeminate gay man enters the room, can I give you a chair? Can I give you some food? Ooh, boo, boo, boo. Don't tell him what you really think because you don't want to fight because you're not a fighter.
Have you calmed down? Are you okay?
Do you ever not calm down? Do you ever have any anything in you that's passionate?
Yes.
No, I can tell by your voice you never get up. And you don't like people who are up. Okay, you don't like a network that's alert and vigilant because you can't tolerate it. Someone talks a little too fast and you have a mental breakdown. You're like an old woman.
I make music.
No, Claire, I don't want to talk to him anymore. Does anyone else have anything else to say?
I'm audio sensitive, and I find conflicting high and very fast kind of spastic frequencies confusing to my.
Well, maybe you're autistic then. Maybe you have audio processing problems.
Yeah, I'm definitely autistic. Yeah.
Audio. Then you have audio processing problems.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm talking normally and you have audio processing problems. So stop asking the whole world to slow down for your disability.
Yeah.
I have problems too, but I don't ask the world to slow down for me.
Yeah, but I have a clock, you see.
You have a what?
I overclock.
Is anyone else going to talk? I'm not talking anymore.
I've analysed your spectral frequency 3 times
Claire,
before you've
there,
made
Claire?
sense.
Claire? I think Claire's gone. I think she's muted. But yeah, with this, this feminist stuff, when Simon says, guys talk feminine, which I really don't, I'm not here to take a mick or anything, but they're really nice, people.
Sometimes they're lovely, but
they're lovely,
I honestly think it's learned behaviour. I don't think it's natural. I think they hear it off other gays and they imitate it like parrots.
Yeah, it's just the weird, weird thing. What they like, they're lovely people, but it's just it's not natural. Like as a guy.
Okay, so every single gay man tells you this is how I stalk, and you all tell us we're all liars. Why do you talk like that, Rishma? Why do you talk like that? Where did you learn to talk like that, Rishma? Where did you learn to talk straight? Who taught you to talk like that? Who taught you to speak like that?
That's who
around me? Can somebody tell me who in my childhood spoke like this so I could even learn to talk like that? Because I spoke like this. I spoke like this. People knew I was gay when I was 4 and 5 years old because I was effeminate. Who around me did I learn that from? Not my father, not my uncle, not my uncle-in-law, not my cousin.
I don't want to know the answer to this.
There wasn't anyone gay in my family, so who did I learn to speak like this from at 4 and 5 years old? Who gave me an effeminate accent at 4 and 5 years old? Can you explain that to me?
Your Disney fairy godmother.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's about the depth of an answer I'm going to get on that from you people. That's about the depth of the answer.
I mean, Claire, what do you think about that? What's your answer to that?
About where Vincent got his accent. Well, I guess, you know, he just talks like that naturally. I know gay men also talk like that.
I think Vincent would talk to Esau quite well. They'd be quite well suited.
No, listen, Vincent. I'm not taking like a mick out of the guys who speaks very soft voice and very feminine. They're really nice guys. But it's not natural. You're accusing us of
lying. You're accusing us of putting. No, you're accusing
that way.
You're accusing us of putting on an accent throughout our whole life, every day, lying to everyone on this earth about who we are and how we really speak.
No, it's coming from.
You're accusing us of putting it on. You're accusing us of
faking it. It's a psychiatric filter.
You're accusing us of faking it. Are you saying that I can control the way I talk and that I'm doing this on purpose?
Yes, I am saying you can.
No,
Yes,
so we're all liars. You would know because
so
you have
can't
that kind
control
of voice.
the way you talk. You can't control your accent.
You know what? You want to pathologize me? People are going to pathologize you. You're a homosexual. Dead. You're pathologized. You get fucked in your ass. You get fucked in your ass. You are pathologized. You have a pathology.
Well, I mean, that qualifies me.
Okay, so you think being a gay is pathological, so you're a self-hating gay.
Easy, Tiger. Look.
Okay, you just admitted that being gay is pathology, so you have a pathology. So maybe you shouldn't be making fun of other people's pathologies when you have pathology.
What is the name of this fallacy? What pick a fallacy. Pick a fallacy.
Okay, you think you have a pathology and you're going after other people with pathologies and making fun of pathology.
I said fallacy, not phallus.
Okay, other people view your homosexuality as a pathology. So don't go pointing at other people's speech patterns and talking about their pathology. People who get fucked in their ass should not be talking about mental pathologies of other people.
Should they not?
No. Okay. You're considered to have a mental pathology. You're considered to have a mental pathology.
I'm fucking nuts, love.
Yeah, well, then don't, the kettle shouldn't call the pot black.
Or camp. Or
Justice,
annoying.
Is that you, Justice?
You're pathologizing me because I'm fabulous.
Right. Yes. I love you.
Who is this?
It's my boyfriend.
I think
is this
all
Esau?
of the gay came here, to be honest.
Is this Esau?
I can't believe it.
Simon, do you know this guy?
Justice, he's all right.
No, that's not Justice.
It was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Justice. I'm not gonna lie. That's not Justice.
That was Justice. It was his account. It was his voice.
Simon, are you sure that's Justice?
100%. 200%.
Don't lie, because you know what? I will remove him because he might.
That was Justice.